Hey guys, MJ Madness here, and with the NHL season right around the corner, today I'm going to be giving you my picks for the Western Conference. Basically, what I'm going to be doing is giving you my predictions for the Western Conference standings from 15 all the way up to 1. So let's get started. Coming in at number 15 and the basement of the Western Conference, I'm going with the Vegas Golden Knights. Now, it definitely should be interesting seeing a new expansion team being added to the league, but I predict they will be terrible in their first season, and I see them not only being the worst team in the Western Conference, but the worst team in the NHL as well. At number 14, I'm going with the Colorado Avalanche. Now, the Avs were the worst team in the league last year, and they didn't really make any significant moves in the offseason, so I see them being a terrible team once again. At number 13, I have the Vancouver Canucks. The Sedins are only getting older, and while they do have a few nice young talents, those pieces won't get them anywhere close to the playoffs this season. At number 12, I have the Arizona Coyotes. I actually like this Coyotes team. I think they have a lot of young talent and they're definitely headed in the right direction with a few savvy moves in the offseason, but the young talent simply isn't ready to make any noise in the Western Conference just yet. At number 11, and getting into the teams I think have an outside shot at the playoffs, I'm going with the Los Angeles Kings. Now, the Kings are always a wild card. They still have many of the pieces that won them the Cup 3 years ago, but I think they just don't have what it takes to contend in the West anymore. At number 10, I have the Winnipeg Jets. The Jets are a very difficult team to pin down. They have a great collection of young talent. I think Mark Scheifele is the most underrated player in the league, and Patrick Laine is of course a monster, but I simply don't trust Steve Mason in goal, and I think they just fall short of the playoffs. At number 9, I have the San Jose Sharks. The Sharks still are a very good team, and Brett Burns remains a top 3 defenseman in the entire league, but their core continues to age, and as they didn't make any upgrades this offseason, I think they fall short of the playoffs this year. At number 8, and getting into the playoff teams, I have the St. Louis Blues just barely snagging the second wildcard spot. While I think their defense and goaltending are comparable to San Jose, I think they have more offensive upside, which gives them the edge. At number 7, and taking up the first wildcard spot, I'm going with the Nashville Predators. While I know some of you may not agree with me putting the Stanley Cup finalists in a wildcard spot, the Predators simply aren't a regular season team, and they're stuck in a very competitive division, but I still think they'll have no trouble going on a run once playoffs hit. At number 6, we have my favorite team, the Calgary Flames. The Flames are among the most improved teams this offseason, and with the addition of Travis Hamonic, their top 4 defensemen are, in my opinion, the best group in the entire NHL. While I'm still not entirely confident in Mike Smith in goal, I see them as a dark horse contender for the Cup. At number 5, I have the Edmonton Oilers. What is there to say about the Oilers? They are still completely a one-man team led solely by Connor McDavid, and I definitely expect some regression in goal from Cam Talbot. They significantly overpaid Leon Draisaitl in the offseason, and I definitely think this is a mediocre team being propelled to success by one generational talent. Vegas actually has the Oilers as the best odds of representing the West in the Stanley Cup, but I simply don't think they have enough depth to get there just yet. At number 4, I have the Chicago Blackhawks. The Hawks were the best team in the West last year, but they've made some puzzling moves in the offseason and lost some key pieces, while many of the teams around them have improved significantly. I still think Kane and Taves make them a force to be reckoned with, but I don't think they'll be as good as they have in previous years. At number 3, I'm going with the Dallas Stars. I know the Stars didn't make the playoffs last year, but I think bringing in a proven goaltender like Ben Bishop should make a world of difference, and pairing him with Sagan and Ben on offense should make the Stars a very strong team. At number 2, I'm going with the Anaheim Ducks. The Ducks are still the same team they've been for a few years, very well rounded and solid at all positions, and I'm predicting another strong year for Anaheim. And in first place, I'm going with the Minnesota Wild. I think Bruce Boudreau is the best regular season coach in the NHL, And with me predicting a step back for the Blackhawks, I think Minnesota is primed to take their spot at the top of the Western Conference. Now, let's get into my playoff predictions. While I think all 8 playoff teams are good and all have an outside shot at representing the West in the Stanley Cup final, in the end, only one can get there. I think that the Blues, Ducks, and Wild will not be able to overcome their playoff woes, so I see them falling short. I think the Flames and the Oilers have good young teams, but they don't have enough experience to win the cup. While you can never count out the Blackhawks, I think they'll regress, and I don't think they have the potential to win the cup anymore. So for me, the West comes down to 2 teams, the Dallas Stars and the Nashville Predators. While it's definitely close, I'm giving the edge to the Dallas Stars, meaning my bold prediction is that the Dallas Stars, a team who didn't even make the playoffs last year, will represent the West in the Stanley Cup final. I really like this team, and I cannot state enough how much of a difference bringing in a top 10 goalie will make. I think the Stars are all around an awesome team, and I think they will be the team to represent the West in the Stanley Cup final. If you would like to hear who I think they'll play against and whether or not they'll win, be sure to subscribe to the channel and take a look at my video coming out tomorrow where I give you my predictions on the Eastern Conference standings. That's going to do it for me. Be sure to hit that like button and stay subscribed to the channel if you'd like to see more hockey videos. Thank you guys for watching and take care.